Yo, yo, yo. Back at y'all with another episode of I Don't Know. I know it's been a while. It's been a good while. But guess what? Guess what?
I don't know.
We back. We back. We back. Oh, shoot. Anyways, I gotta practice that. But I miss so bad. But you already know who it is. Your boy TP, Tory Plummer, T Plums. You already know who it is. You feed me. Back at another episode. I said that already. If you ain't already, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment, say all that good stuff. Tell me the good, bad, the ugly, and the offensive. Cause I'm gonna offend you back. And you know who I am. And we got my co-host
Reese.
As you notice, again, there's a new change of scenery. We look a little different again. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because now I have a room specifically dedicated to this podcast. So we ain't going nowhere no more.
Right.
All you gonna see is stuff start to look better, but we ain't leaving again. This is the room, okay? Alright? So with that being said, this is gonna be a short episode. This is gonna be quick. It's just, a get back moment.
Yes, sir.
What we gonna talk that is put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. Right here. There we go. Yeah. This saves us a lot of editing when we do this. So damn, I forgot where I was going with this. Anyways, the topic for today we're gonna talk about is these YNs. Now, for those that don't know, YN stands for Young Ninjas. And they ain't ninjas, but they black. Yeah, so I actually had this thing happen to me a few weeks ago or so, where there's these jits walking through the neighborhood now, and I should edit a clip on this thing. Editor, put clip inside the video. We gonna commit to that. And basically, these young jits was walking around the neighborhood at like 4:30 in the morning in my neighborhood. My neighborhood is really ducked off. It's very, very suburban.
In Wakanda.
Yeah. And these jits, I caught them on my camera. They was going through the entire neighborhood, checking cars that's outside, seeing if the doors unlocked, trying to get in and whatnot. And I just so happened to park one of my cars outside this day when it happened. And that really infuriated me. It pissed me off. And I'm like, first of all, where they parents at? I know good and well if I was 14, 15, 16 years old, out at 4:30 in the morning, it would have been a problem.
Man, it ain't the same times no more.
Yeah, and you can't sneak out as easy as you could in my days because everybody got ring cameras, alarm systems. They
don't care though. They don't care. Camera and all.
So my thing is, what's up with these little young niggas, man? I said it.
The nigga part.
and they bold. They really bold, man. What's your take on it, Reese?
Man, I don't know.
As a father of as a father of a teenage boy,
where your dad is at. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Like, what would you do if you found out your son was doing this foolishness?
I crack his skull. Real plain and simple. All y'all out there thinking about calling DCL because I said that. Mind your business. Stay in your place. But I crack his skull. Because I love my son.
There you go.
My son represent me. So if I find out he was out there like that, yeah, it wouldn't be nice for him.
But that's probably
or his friends.
That's probably the thing though. They probably don't got a daddy that love them.
And the community not into helping raise the children. And I don't know what stopped that whole idea. But when I was growing up, I know you're going to say some old junk.
1857.
When I was growing up, man, I remember doing something bad down the road a couple blocks away from my house. And the people that knew my parents would get on to me. And then they'll take me home. And then my mama would get on to me again. So it's kind of like, it kind of instilled to me that it don't matter where you go, you can't act up just because you're not home. You know what I'm saying? So the community, I think that's a piece of that's kind of lacking. You know, maybe it started with that little mama thing. You know, don't take my baby. You know, maybe that little thing. I don't know.
So it's a few things I want to add on to this topic. And I forgot them.
Your note said, man.
But a friend of mine actually is going. I ain't gonna put that much business out there, but he going through a situation with these young niggas, and basically, same story as what I had going on. What happened was somebody was going through was checking his car at night. His wife caught them on a ring camera, so he went outside armed. He went outside armed, pointed at the young nigga, tell him, "Hey, close my car door and get out." Instead of running, like when we were young and we did stupid stuff and we got caught, we ran. We ran. You know
Hands
what
up,
I'm saying?
yes sir,
Yeah.
yes sir, yes sir.
These dumb niggas. Dang, I'm saying it too much.
Hey,
They tried to shoot back at him. Mind
and
you, he has dude.
and they the one that got caught slipping.
He has dude in his view pointing a gun at him. Instead of running,
It ain't no freeze.
he tried to shoot back at dude.
That's crazy.
They don't care about their lives.
It ain't no. Oh snap! You know, none of that.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, they stupid, man.
That's crazy. That thing could have went left. Did your man get shot?
Nah, I ain't did, but and what he's heard from investigators is that apparently the gangs in this city are recruiting the young kids to do this to see what they can grab, like weapons and stuff out of people's cars. And the reason they're having young kids do this is because when they get arrested and caught, it's so
Really
they just let them right back out. So like, there's nothing to lose in this instance. But keep sending these young folks out. Somebody gonna be armed and somebody's going to shoot.
Somebody gonna shoot.
And
I'm one of them.
Me too.
I'm one of them.
Me too. And their parents gonna be the first one talking about, he didn't deserve that. He was a good kid. Where?
I didn't see it.
Exactly.
You know.
He wasn't no doggone good kid. Your kid was a menace. Your kid was a black Chucky. What y'all got going on? Oh. Hey, Thad, come take my seat for a second and give your thoughts on this.
YN, sir.
YN. First I would say is part of me want to say that it's a lack of having nothing to do, but I can't necessarily say that because it's many resources, it's many opportunities in this world, as well as in Jacksonville, to progress in life. I would say the main thing is guidance, and I would say I wouldn't consider myself a YN, although I'm young. I think like
The streets would consider you a YN.
yeah, the streets would consider that. I'm not involved in those things, not because I didn't want to or didn't have the opportunity, but me personally, I was just like, yeah, it's not for me. Cause in 12th grade, I left my grandma's house for like 4 months. I was upset. I was young. I think I had just started smoking, so I'm like, man, I can't smoke at my grandma's house, so I gotta go somewhere where I could be able to smoke freely and do what I want. And just that experience of them 4 months, it was just like hang around all these dudes that's in the street life, doing all this stuff.
Right.
Me sitting back analyzing, I'm like, why I'm in this room with all these dudes? They talking crazy. I'm hearing people talking about setting people up. I'm seeing it happen.
Dang.
I'm hearing about robberies and all of this type of stuff, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, why am I even in here? Like, everybody got a gun but me. I was supposed to be in here. So
yeah,
I think it comes down to knowing what you want in life. But sometimes if that's all you know, that's all you see, it's very easy to go into the street life. If your brother was at the most times out of 10, if you ain't
fall in line.
Yeah, if you ain't looking at it as, okay, my brother made this mistake, let me not make this mistake. But sometimes it's like, man, my brother paid the bills, my brother made it happen, my brother take care of us. Now my brother dead or in jail, so now I got to do what he did. But the only difference is you go to the streets instead of trying to do it the right way. So that's
So you're saying lack of guidance. We were saying lack of fatherhood is kind of the same thing. So let me ask you this.
All right, time up. I'm just playing.
Because you're a preacher man.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So, as we know in Jacksonville, there's a huge influx of churches. Right? what do you think, or what do you think the church is having any influence on this new generation?
I would say yes to an extent. I think the biggest problem of why the younger generation maybe is not involved in the church, I would say, is because a lack of elder or superiority not wanting to change. You know, as to get the young people involved. I think that's one of the reasons. And there's no familiarity. You don't see many young people in the church. So why even be somewhere, young people at?
Yeah.
I mean, other than kids that come with their parents, but as far as from the ages of 16 to 21, when you kind of have, if you decide to go on your own, you don't see it that much, I think, because of the familiarity. I mean, I'm young, I'm 22.
So you saying they not as familiar with that culture, church culture?
Yeah, I mean, not even that. It's just, it's not interesting.
I got you.
You're not making it interesting. You're not making it relatable to me. Like, I like old hymns because I grew up with old people.
Right.
But the younger generation, they like the Christian rap. You know what I'm saying? They like the beats and all that type of stuff. So if you could find a church that incorporate those things, I think that'd be better beneficial, or a church that where you can incorporate the youth into doing things to make them want to come to church.
Right.
If I'm just coming to church and I feel as though I'm getting picked at, not necessarily I'm getting picked at, but I may be living a life and the elders tell me, young man, you don't need to be doing that, or you need to do this, you need to do this with your life, and in your mind you thinking like, yeah.
All right. We had enough. We had enough. Go back to the camera. Go back to the camera. I was taking my hand in that video side of it, seeing if I knew what I was doing.
You did. You just turned that little light on.
Let me finish his thought. Yeah, I grew up with the old folks, and like the hymns and stuff. And so the church, No, I'm just playing.
But he made a point about the guidance lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of similar to what we was talking about with the fathers. Joker's daddy's not been around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So fellas, step up. Do your duties as men. Be fathers to these kids. They need it. Because you don't want your YN on somebody new
right.
paper. And, you know what I'm saying, on Duval County mug shots.
Right. And I'm sorry, man. I take the stance. I'm not the dude that's going to let somebody come around my son and I kind of keep the position where he do that because that's his people. If you come around my son, you my child. You know what I'm saying? So, if any one of y'all know my son, I ain't gonna say his name on here. If you don't want him dealt with like I deal with mine, don't let him come over. Yeah, so I said that to say, man, even if the child not yours, man, you can't be scared to spread that positivity or give that correction where it's needed. They might not think you cool, but they'll respect you.
Right. I seen some recently. It said the mistake that parents make is trying to be their child's friend too early. They say in the early, like infant to toddler, you're teaching. I'm about to jack this up, but the end is gonna be right. So they say the infant to toddler stage, you're teaching your son. You're giving them survival. From the toddler to adolescent stage, you're instilling values in them and you're training them, raising them right. And when they're adults, then you be their friend.
Well, to simplify it, you don't become your child friend, and I'm not gonna put an age on it. You don't really become their friend until the lessons is over. Once they done show that they grew up here, that's when you be their friend. You gotta realize you raising somebody that's supposed to be able to take care of you when you get down. So unless I make you greater than me, it can be 18, but for some people, some of us, it ain't till 35. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just have to be that way until the lesson is done. And then once the lesson is done, then we cool. Then we buddies.
Yo, no, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Hey, so we're in the middle of filming right now.
Oh,
So
he
now
wanted
that you
to.
here, you on I don't know podcast. So everything you say is on camera and recorded. Why do you think we have so much YNs in Jacksonville?
Good question, Doc. Honestly, I think nowadays, like, this generation, speaking for my generation, like, we don't have the correct example or example to look up to, or there's no actual desire to want better in life. And I think majority of the time is sometimes it's some people that desire to do better, but they don't know where to start. And instead of most most I'll say niggas, most niggas live off of what they see in movies and feel that that's life. And hood movies, let me point that direction. Hood movies, and they feel that that's the direction that how life is supposed to be. And it can be a form of entertainment, but at the same time, they think that it's okay, that that's the okay lifestyle to live for the rest of your life. And I mean, I'm here for entertainment. I think it's great, but at the same time, you gotta watch your game and what you put into, your visual and what you imitate, because that can become your life.
Okay. All right. Well,
So I
we
can do that
appreciate your
same thing.
impact. I mean, your input. I'm gonna hit you up when we done with this. But yeah.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yep. So it goes back to the same thing we all said.
And he said something like they think they can live that way for the rest of their lives. Well, guess what? They can.
Because you don't have to be alone.
It ain't gonna be that long. It ain't gonna be that long. So, yeah, this, like I said, this is just a quick episode to get out our new space. You're gonna start seeing some things really start to build in this room, and all the day one's gonna be like, I don't know, I just had a drunk uncle moment.
Yeah.
I always knew you was gonna be great. But anyways, yeah, we got to go.
Yeah.
So we gonna close this episode. I don't know, but this was on the cuff. Everything was just straight off the dome. Wasn't nothing prepared today. But we gonna start event. Bringing better content and getting better with things, like I keep saying. And with that being said, hold up. Oh shoot. Screw it. With that being said, all right, y'all. Peace. See y'all on the next episode.